This is California, and it's failing. Right now, 25-foot waves are hammering the coast every 18 seconds. Highway 1 has vanished beneath the ocean. Streets are flooding. Boats are breaking loose. This isn't just a storm. Warm oceans, king tides, and massive swells have collided, pushing the coastline past its limit. And the most dangerous moment is still ahead.
Oh my God! Oh! It knocked one all the way down there! Holy...
Right now, as you're watching this, the Pacific Ocean is overpowering one of the most developed coastlines on Earth. Streets built for cars are turning into rivers. Harbors are becoming war zones. And roads that millions have driven for decades are simply vanishing. The California coast is under siege. Wave data confirms what people are already witnessing with their own eyes. At Point Arena, waves have surged past 25 feet. That's a wall of water as tall as a two-story building, slamming into the shoreline every 18 seconds. Again and again and again. This is not a single rogue wave. This is sustained force. In San Francisco, tide gauges are recording water levels that would have been labeled impossible just days ago. What was once considered a once-in-a-generation event is now unfolding in front of us. And the most shocking images are coming from Half Moon Bay. At exactly 10 a.m., Highway 1, one of California's most iconic coastal highways, disappeared underwater. Not damaged, not flooded, gone. Drivers who crossed that stretch minutes earlier say they barely escaped. Emergency crews are still trying to reach 3 vehicles overtaken by the surge. Visibility is poor. Conditions are violent. Time is running out. This isn't just another winter storm. This is something far more dangerous. What makes this event different is the perfect collision of forces happening at the same time. First, the ocean itself is warmer than normal. Warmer water expands. That expansion raises sea levels before storms even arrive. Second, California is experiencing king tides, the highest tides of the entire year. Third, massive storm-driven swells are stacking on top of those elevated water levels. Together, they form a triple threat that California's coastal defenses were never built to survive. And it escalated fast. At 5:45 this morning, meteorologists at the National Weather Service noticed something alarming. Offshore buoy data stopped behaving normally. Wave periods lengthened. Energy levels spiked beyond forecast limits. Within minutes, the entire coast was upgraded from a watch to a full warning, the highest alert possible. From Mendocino to Monterey, over 200 miles of coastline were suddenly in immediate danger. In Pacifica, residents are witnessing something never seen before. Waves are no longer splashing over seawalls. They are launching over them, hurling sand, rocks, and debris deep into neighborhoods. That seawall was inspected last winter. Engineers found cracks. Repairs were planned, then postponed. Now, with every impact, those cracks are widening. But the most brutal damage is unfolding further north. In Crescent City, the harbor is taking a beating that recalls the legendary storm of 1983. A storm that destroyed docks, sank boats, and reshaped the shoreline. Veteran fisherman Luis Marquez, who lived through that night, says today feels worse. Back then, there were king tides and storm surge. Today, there's something new. An atmospheric river. This is not ordinary rain. It's a non-stop conveyor belt of tropical moisture feeding directly into the storm, increasing water volume, pressure, and runoff simultaneously. And now, timing becomes everything. High tide is expected to peak between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., exactly when the next wave surge is forecast to hit. Emergency planners call this alignment the nightmare scenario. If peak tide and peak wave energy collide perfectly, water levels could exceed anything ever recorded along this stretch of coast. The technology protecting lives right now is impressive but fragile. A network of ocean buoys and tide gauges sends real-time data every minute. This morning, the Point Arena buoy, the one detecting those 25-foot waves, suddenly went offline. A technician had to reboot it in 40-knot winds. For 20 minutes, forecasters were blind during the most critical moment of the storm. That blackout exposed a dangerous truth. One failed sensor, one power outage, one broken cable, and entire communities lose their warning. Emergency operation centers from San Francisco to San Diego are now fully activated. Crews are working extended shifts. Harbors are locked down. Smaller ports are preparing full closures. Along the coast, residents are racing against time, stacking sandbags, moving valuables uphill, and preparing to evacuate. And amid the chaos, human stories are emerging. In Half Moon Bay, surfers, people who know these waters better than anyone, became first responders, helping evacuate a senior center minutes before floodwaters arrived. In Monterey, business owners along Cannery Row are sharing pumps and barriers, fighting not just for their shops, but for their entire community. Social media has become an emergency lifeline. With official sensors overwhelmed, dispatchers are using real-time posts to track flooding. In just the last hour, over 100 verified reports have helped map danger zones. From here, 3 futures remain. Best case. The offshore system weakens. Swells fade. Water levels drop by evening. This becomes a close call, a warning. Serious case. The storm holds strength. Flooding continues for days. Ports remain closed. Losses pile up. Worst case. Perfect timing. Another surge meets peak tide. Seawalls fail. Flooding pushes miles inland. Damage takes months, maybe years, to repair. Emergency planners are preparing for the worst. But the real story goes beyond today. Ocean temperatures are rising. Sea levels are climbing. California faces over $1 billion in deferred coastal maintenance. Seawalls built in the 1960s are now defending against a future they were never designed for. Communities once considered safe are now flood zones. The equation is brutal and simple. Higher seas plus stronger storms equals unprecedented danger. As of now, coastal flood warnings extend through Friday. Nearly 8 million Californians are under alert. From San Diego to Crescent City, the coast is holding its breath. This is not just a storm. This is a turning point. The Pacific Ocean is rewriting the rules. Faster than our infrastructure, faster than our planning, faster than our assumptions. The next few hours will decide whether today becomes a warning or a catastrophe. One thing is already clear. The old normal is gone.